Yo, what's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. Next, heroes, mass heroes, Link format of course. I've made a couple of changes to my previous build from a couple of weeks ago when the new hero Link monster was revealed. But I believe in pretty much every other, or at least in every situation, the Noble Knight Link monster just is flat out better compared to the regular masked hero Link monster. So is that one of in the Xtra deck? Of course, Grinder Golem as a staple in Link format. I believe if you have the Xtra deck space, I'm definitely going to main deck it in here. 43 card main deck, reason being is triple malicious. Malicious I believe is still fine, again it's an extra target to, you know, have it on the field, go for the Link summon of your Isolde and go from there. Get a Surge, go for Vion, etc. As for that, the one of Polymerization, I think it's fine. I've been switching between the Trinity and Adoration, I believe its name is. You will see it in the duels that, you know, it's either one of them that's being in the Xtra deck. Outside of that, again, pretty much the same build as a couple of weeks ago. So let's not waste any more time, let's see a couple of example duels. Alright, first example, play tested a lot actually against Madolches. It's a different build compared to the build I showed, was it last week? You know, a lot of monsters, Brilliant Fusion. Of course, the one of Brilliant Fusion. Although this version should be playing Triple Scapegoat, if I'm not mistaken. Also one of that Link format staples, right? Anyway, definitely going to Cyclone during the end phase, hopefully hitting the Scapegoat, you know, at 3. You can definitely assume it's in there. Try to go for Sorceress with the Vion, potentially, you know, it can search out my Shadow Mist, etc, etc. Sure, it will be negated, at least its search effect when special summon will be negated, but you know, I can still go for the Link summon and get the search effect after that, again, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, anyway, the standard Link shenanigans, right? I try to go for games, so the opponent activates Scapegoat with the second copy of Scapegoat. Maybe I should have activated Raigeki to, you know, to prevent my opponent from eventually go for that Reload Dragon, indeed. Then again, activating Raigeki on Scapegoat is, that's like, well, in the old school days that was terrible, but now you kinda have to, right? Otherwise there's always a threat of your opponent going for the Reload Dragon. Okay, it does take control of Mass Hero Dark Law, that's all good. I can follow it up with my own Raigeki, but again, no level 4, extra level 4 monster to, again, go for a possible Isolde. I think I was playing 2 at this time. Luckily the opponent did draw one, the Trick Clown indeed. I think he sent one of the Ghost Ogres, and luckily one of the monsters drawn, so I should be able to attack for game. Masked Hero, yeah, Shadow Mist indeed was one of the best draws again, triggering off of my Goblin perk, and Anki will deal the last damage. Another example, the opponent gets to start, I believe. That's a decent start, opening with the Rescue Cat. Well, as you saw in the, as you probably have seen in my Madolche video, opening with Rescue Cat and Madolche is quite devastating. You know, you can go for melee, the what's it called, the rank 3 Xtra plants, you know, send Dandelion from your deck to the graveyard, go for the Jasmine, I believe its name is, you know, the Link monster for Aromas, and eventually go for, you know, Lone Fire. Predator Plant Engine, Brilliant Fusion, etc, etc. You building up such, at least so much advantage. That's so disgusting off of only one card, right? Being the Rescue Cat. Some hand trap battles, that's how the current format is, right? You have to main deck a lot of hand traps, mainly the Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogres if you want one of Maxi, of course. I think I had to Ghost Ogre, was it the Hoodcake, I believe? Yeah, Hoodcake can only be activated once per turn, but again, that second copy here is protected from being destroyed by a battle. The Gofu, I believe, was a top deck if I'm not mistaken, so that's good. I can go for Sorceress, go for Security Dragon. Yeah, I believe a lot of people are still somewhat, yeah, complaining the fact that, you know, I'm main decking the Grinder Golem, of course, but mainly because of Security Dragon, and there's like no sign that we are getting that, or that we might get that in the TCG soon. It might, but that's something we don't know. I'm definitely going to strike, was it the second copy of Hoodcake indeed, and no, I'm in a decent position. The Grinder Golem is not going to help out here due to the not giving me any options, right, but the Pudding says top deck definitely helps. Game number, at least another example, again, I get to start finally. Hero lives to get some more searches, and in hindsight, after seeing the match now, I did use Soul Charge here with the mindset, okay, I can go for Sorceress, Search of Militia, set it up for next turn, and you know, get a Search out of Shadow Mist, have an extra copy, extra hero on my side of the field to go for Dark Law, and again, have like a Malicious in my grave ready for next turn, but I think I activated my Soul Charge a little bit too early, but yeah, anyway, go for that Cyclone, another Brilliant Fusion. He goes for the Jasmine, I believe the name is the Link monster for plants, the Aroma Link monster. Draw into another Neos, that's not that fantastic, right? And here, as you will see, I completely forget Jasmine's effect. I believe the effect states that if your life points are higher, then your opponent cannot destroy it by battle, if I'm not mistaken. And I completely forgot that. Also, at this point, I wasn't main decking the Trinity. At this point, I was main decking the Adoration, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, he goes for some nice shenanigans that Dandelion indeed will banish. I eventually went for, what is it called, Bakushka. Not really, it's not really sure if that was the correct play. My mindset behind this, okay, Dark Law has somewhat of a decent amount of defense, and you know, Bakushka might hold off the opponent with those weak Madolche monsters, weak as in low attack, but yeah, not really sure if that was a correct play. Then again, go for Malicious, and again at this point I wasn't main decking the Trinity, I was playing the Adoration. Alright, Trinity would have been able to attack for game, yeah, 3 times indeed. But that wasn't the case. Eventually go for Dark Law as well, but nope, I don't have any options to, you know, establish my field even further. No heroes left in my deck, right? And yeah, the Rescue Cat, Brilliant Fusion, that's definitely enough to, you know, deal the final damage. A bit unfortunate, but the Soul Charge in the beginning with hero lifts costed too many life points. Another example, a Grinder Golem is going to get X'd here due to the Ghost Ogre, and that's a big bummer, right? And again, in hindsight, I think I activated my Raigeki a bit too early, but I was afraid that I would already lose this one during my opponent's turn. You know, the opponent just spamming his field full and attacking for a game eventually, thanks to that free 3k body on his side of the field. But again, I might just have, yeah, should have saved that Raigeki. Anyway, in hindsight, it's of course much more easy, right, to talk. Draw the second copy of Malicious, that's terrible, but you know, that's one of the reasons why I prefer running the Polymerization, the one-off copy of Polymerization in the main deck to get that Malicious from your hands. You might can tag Destiny Draw, not really sure if I want to add in more potential DAT cards, but again, that's up to you. He does draw the DAT of Scorpio, but I believe he should be able to not attack for game, but to deal some nice damage with, I believe, yeah, that's indeed, that yeah, eventually you will go for, right, Tiramisu, bounce back a couple of cards and drop me very, very low. My next draw will be the Solemn Strike. Sorry for the spoiler, but that top deck, that's how it is, right? Last example, you know, the Grinder Golem shenanigans cannot, at least one duel has to be about it, right? A very excellent opening with the Golem and access to Shadow Mist, that's perfect, right? Eventually Shadow Mist will get a search off of your Mass Change, and again a very nice setup, hand traps, that's what you want, right? Ending with hand traps, the Solemn Strike set, a double firewall is needed to prevent your opponent from still having the Grinder Golem on his side of the field, and the Shadow Mist ready to be Mass Changed next turn. The opponent is playing Shadow, so that's very, very appropriate. Although, again, I'm going to get the L here with the Raigeki, so completely losing my entire board, but eventually we'll search out Vion, apologies, as a next follow-up play, so I'm definitely going to strike his Ash Blossom. Sadly, for him, I have an Ash Blossom on my own to negate the Rescue Cat. That's how it goes, right? Again, drawing the one of Gofu, so busted. Again, a Link format and the Grinder Golem. Sorry guys, that's how it is. And eventually go for that Draco Serpent Skull. Indeed, you know, some extra shenanigans, and here I should be able to attack for game if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, go for Isolde, get an extra search. Doesn't really matter which one, I believe it's going to be Goblinberg. No, Vion indeed. Okay, that's fine. The third copy of Malicious will be an extra target for Dark Law. Well, eventually Enki into Dark Law, right? And Neos will also give me a nice boost to attack for game. So this is currently my build. Again, feel free to leave suggestions for people who don't like Grinder Golem. You can definitely drop it if you want other engines to somewhat to give you an advantage going at least in link form with Scapegoat. Again, as a lot of quote-unquote rogue decks are running, well, Tricksters is not really a rogue deck, but you know what I mean, right? A triple Scapegoat does give you a lot of advantage, and if you can activate it during your opponent's end phase, it's so good. But definitely add in Boar Reload Dragon in your extra deck. I think I pretty much covered everything. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.